Hi, this is Will from Engearment. Towards the end of the day, first day at OMA, and I am having flashbacks, people. It is like I'm back in Scotland circa 1996. And back in the day, Paramo was had been going for about 4 years. And I had a set of Paramo gear. It was very, very different back then. And the concepts behind it were hugely different. We didn't necessarily stay dry, but we stayed warm. And that was huge, especially in a very temperate climate with loads of moisture coming off the Atlantic and big white cliffs behind us because they were covered in snow and rime. But we have someone way better to talk about this than my rantings and old memories, and that is Kate. Kate knows a whole heap about Paramo. You don't, because it's new to the country. But let's get Kate to explain and talk about Paramo.
Okay, I am not gonna have that energy.
You're gonna have the energy, that's okay. I'm getting really hot actually, so I'm just gonna take this off.
So Paramo has been around since early 90s in the UK.
Yes.
A trusted brand for 30 plus years. And we just launched in the States at the end of last year.
Nice.
Founded by Nick Brown, who founded Nick Wax.
Yes.
He has always had an eye for sustainability. Just like with Nick Wax, looking for clean chemistry, something that wasn't using PFAS in their DWR. And he went over to, I'm pretty sure, the Paramo region of Colombia when he was testing the fabrics out. The idea is to mimic how a sea otter's coat and fur keeps them warm and dry. So with Paramo, what's different is that you have these two layers. So you've got this inner pump liner, and then you have the outer Nick Wax analogy fabrics treated with a Nick Wax DWR. The idea is you've got this soft polyester fabric on the outside that is quiet, has a soft hand, and then on the inside, this pump liner is the magic, is how it moves moisture away from your skin. So it's a great layer for when you're doing high energy, high output activities in cooler temperatures. You have a lot of venting on each Paramo product. So instead of pit zips, you've got forward arm vents, which that's gonna allow more airflow versus something that's kind of under your armpit.
Smart, yes.
You've got adjustable Velcro cuffs. So you can actually pull this all the way up.
Show off your forearms if your name is Ryan Humphreys.
That's right. Then in this jacket, this is the Evolution. You've got a broad pocket up here that you can keep gloves or larger things dry with this fold over top. And then you've also got your side pockets on either side.
Yes. Like you say, flashbacks.
Yeah. So we have 4 different models in the state right now. So in the States, so you've got the Evolution. This is harness compatible as well as backpack compatible. So you can unzip from the bottom all the way up or the top down. One of the really standout features of Paramo's jackets is the hood. So you've got this cinch adjustment in the back, like you would with any hood, but you've got this wire brim, and then you also have ways to cinch it down more if you need, plus the high collar. The wire brim, you can bend it, it's gonna keep the rain off your face, but you can still see around. It's not kind of enclosing you in. We've got the Velez zipper, and then also the Velez smock, and then the Halcon, which is specifically made for birders and wildlife photographers. The quiet fabrics help, as well as, I think this jacket has 9 pockets, and they're really big for maps, binoculars.
Regardless of how many pairs of binoculars you got, there's enough pockets to put them all in.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah.
So you've got these big bellow pockets, and then side pockets. You've got a lot of adjusting. that you can do, cinching it down. You've got a longer tail in the back on all the jackets. And the idea with Paramo is it's infinitely renewable, the DWR, when you use it hand in hand with Nick Wax's Tech Wash and TX Direct. They've never used PFAS.
30 years, people, 30 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And they've never used PFAS, yes.
And it's fully recyclable at the end of its life. So especially in the UK, Paramo has a whole repair facility as well as a store. I think it's an eBay storefront where they resell products that people either sent in for repair and weren't using anymore. They will repair and resell, but you can also fully recycle these. And they're made in Colombia. Nick had met a nun who was taking women off the street and teaching them how to sew. And so since the 90s, Michelina is the facility.
Nice.
And the women sew, and they are a fair trade certified facility. And Paramo, Michelina, and Nick Wax are all one big employee-owned trust. When Nick retired a couple of years ago, he sold the company to the employees.
That's awesome. Yeah. And to put this in perspective, you got to think about the climate where these things originated. Scotland, I've never been so cold. I've lived in Alaska. I've never been so cold as in Scotland. And this was probably one of the best layers to wear. It works very, very differently to most systems you will wear, but there's some kind of magic that means that you stay really comfortable regardless of how hard you're working in cold climates. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, it rains all the time. Winter,
New England, the humidity.
Check these out. I think you'll find them pretty fascinating.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.